Today we will tell the story of Judah and Tamar, found in the book of Genesis, chapter 38. May God's word reach our hearts as a source of inspiration for our lives. Judah, Jacob's fourth son, embarked on a journey that took him beyond the protective shadows of his family, toward the unknown horizons of the world. On his solitary journey, he found a companion, a Canaanite woman. United by the bonds of marriage, they were blessed with 3 sons, seeds of hope on an uncertain path. Judah found a wife for his eldest son, named Tamar. However, Judah's happiness would soon be eclipsed by tragedy, when his firstborn, shrouded in darkness and wickedness, was struck down by divine wrath. Determined to ensure the continuity of his lineage, Judah instructed his second son to take Tamar as his wife, so that the firstborn might have an heir who would perpetuate the family name. However, the second son, steeped in selfishness and greed, refused to fulfill his fraternal duty. Although he succumbed to carnal desire, his nefarious plans prevailed in the heat of the moment. At the peak of intimacy, he withdrew, denying Tamar the chance to conceive, an affront to divine designs that sealed his fate with imminent death. The Lord's wrath manifested itself relentlessly, claiming the life of Judah's second son, punishing his cowardice and betrayal. Thus the lamentations echoed through the corridors of history, marking the tortuous path of Judah's family with the shadow of tragedy and loss. Years passed since Judah promised Tamar that she would marry his youngest son when he reached the appropriate age. However, time dragged on, and the young heir was not delivered to the patient woman, whose hope was like a flickering flame in the darkness of uncertainty. Judah's words became an empty echo in Tamar's heart as she waited in vain for the promise to be fulfilled. But life follows its relentless course, weaving the tapestry of human destinies with threads of intrigue and mystery. When Judah's wife departed for eternity, leaving a dark void in his heart, he and his friend set out on a journey to shear sheep. The rumor of this journey reached Tamar's ears, sparking a spark of determination in her chest. With meticulous skill, Tamar exchanged her garments, leaving behind the mourning clothes that marked her as a widow and veiled her face. She stood along the dusty road, waiting patiently for the predestined encounter. The scorching sun poured its golden rays over the landscape, while Tamar's heart beat with the anticipation of what was to come. And then he appeared, emerging from the distance like a figure shrouded in mystery. Judah, her father-in-law, spotted her and, deceived by the veil that concealed her identity, saw only an unknown woman whose gaze seemed to incite temptation. Without recognizing her as his daughter-in-law, Judah approached, immersed in the illusion of a fleeting encounter with a seductive stranger. "Let me lie with you," murmured Judah, his words laden with desire and urgency. She, with a soft yet firm voice, replied, "What will you give me in return?" Judah's eyes sparkled with the promise of a reward. "When I return to my flock, I will send you a kid," he offered, aware of the value of the promised gratification. However, Tamar was not easily swayed. "I will grant you my body, but I demand a token of your word," she insisted, her determination impenetrable like the veil that obscured her face. Judah pondered for a moment, aware of the need to ensure the fulfillment of his promise. "What do you desire as a pledge?" he asked as the tension between them reached its peak. With a determined gesture, Tamar revealed her demands. "I want your staff and the ring you wear around your neck," she declared, her eyes gleaming with cunning. Judah, overcome by desire and the promise of imminent pleasure, yielded to Tamar's demands. He handed her the requested items, thus sealing the deal that would change the course of their lives forever. The frantic search of Judah's friend for Tamar on the winding roads of life seemed to lead nowhere. As the sun dipped below the horizon and shadows lengthened, uncertainty hung over him like a heavy cloak. Determined to fulfill the mission entrusted by Judah, he approached the local residence, hoping to glean some clue about the whereabouts of the enigmatic woman. "Where is the prostitute who usually sits on this road?" he asked passers-by, his voice echoing between the walls of mud and stone. However, his question was met with confused looks and perplexed expressions. "We've never seen a prostitute around here," the men replied, their faces reflecting genuine surprise at the question. Back at Judah's meeting, the friend reported the bewildering findings. The patriarch, initially confused, let out a laugh of disbelief at the irony of fate. "Then let her keep the things I gave her," he declared, his voice tinged with resignation. "I tried to fulfill my part of the deal after all." However, fate had more surprises in store for Judah. 3 months passed, and a disturbing rumor reached the patriarch's ears. "Your daughter-in-law has prostituted herself and is now pregnant," the whispers said, inflaming Judah's anger. Furious and determined to bring justice, Judah roared his orders for Tamar to be brought to him, where she would be punished for the alleged offense. As the guards rushed to execute his command, a mysterious message reached Judah, changing the course of events and shedding a revealing light on the buried secrets of the past. Tamar, enveloped in a tangle of fearlessness and determination, awaited the outcome of her plan with a contained anxiety. The message she sent to her father-in-law, Judah, was a letter sealed with the raw truth of her history, a confession implicit in the relics she presented as proof of her innocence. Meanwhile, Judah, confronted with the tangible evidence of his own shortcomings, silently watched the revelation before him. The metallic gleam of the ring and the rough texture of the wooden staff echoed the unfulfilled promises, the broken bonds, and the intricate web of hasty decisions. "This woman is more righteous than I," murmured Judah, his voice laden with admiration mixed with remorse. "I promised her my youngest son and failed to honor my word." The weight of his words reverberated in the air, a silent confession of his own fragile humanity. As the specter of regret hung in the air, Tamar gave birth to twin sons, two beings that symbolized the duality of life and the unpredictability of destiny. While the firstborn, Perez, emerged with a burst of energy, his hand reaching out for freedom, the brother who followed, Zerah, radiated an aura of light, his wrist wrapped in a vibrant red thread. Thus, Perez and Zerah, brothers born in a moment of revelation and redemption, became silent witnesses to the complexity of life and the fragility of the human condition. Their lives intertwined by bonds of blood and destiny, representing a narrative of hope and renewal that would echo through future generations. This is the second part of a 5-part series, where we will tell the biblical story of Joseph and his brothers. Continue with us so you don't miss the next chapters of this story that is so important to all of us. If you are not yet subscribed to our channel, click on the subscription button and join our community. Don't forget to comment, leave a like, and click on the notification bell. Your presence and participation here are very important to us. And if you missed the previous episodes, we have a complete playlist with all the videos in chronological order. Today, I want to leave a verse that can be found in the book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 26. Judah recognized them and said, "She is more righteous than I, since I would not give her to my son Shelah." And he did not have relations with her again. May the presence of God be a constant in your life, bringing blessings, joy, and love. God bless you.